Hello, people. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. My topic for today is Men of the Bible series, and the case study is Noah. And I'll take you through the life of Noah from the time that he started building an ark, even before that, up to the time that the flood ended. And the story goes like this. Noah was an obedient servant of God amidst a sinful world. He is most known for building an ark that preserved himself and his family, as well as representatives of every land animal from a great flood that God unleashed judgment upon the earth. So Noah built an ark as commanded by God so that he and his family would be spared from the flood and any other animal. God was not happy with the state of the human world then, because sin had escalated like never before, and God thought that let me put an end sin, and so He sent the flood. And the name Noah means rest. I have some couple of verses here and there that will help you elaborate the life of Noah. Genesis chapter 5, verse 27 to 29. All together, Methuselah lived a total of 969 years, and then he died. When Lamech had lived 182 years, he had a son. He named him Noah and said, "He will comfort us in the labor and painful toil of our hands, caused by the ground the Lord had cast." Verse 30. After Noah was born, Lamech lived 597 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, verse 31, altogether, Lamech lived a total of 777 years, and then he died. Verse 32. After Noah was 500 years, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 to 7. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of human beings were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. So the sons of God, they are also known as the nephilim, or the fallen angels. So the nephilim, they saw that the daughters were very beautiful, and they decided to marry them, and they had children with them. And then the Lord said, "My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years." The Nephilim were also on earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children of them. They were the heroes of old men of renown. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Lord regretted that He made humans on the earth, and His heart was deeply troubled. So the Lord said, "I will wipe away from the face of the earth the human race I have created, and with them the animals, the birds, and the creatures that move along the ground, for I regret that I have made them. Verse 8. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 14 to 21. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it and coat with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I'm going to bring flood waters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark, you and your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring to the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, and every herd, and of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. Genesis chapter 7 verse 6. Noah was 600 years when the flood waters came on the earth. 7 verse 17 to 18. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth, and as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. Verse 20. Genesis chapter 8 verse 11. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. Verse 20. Then Noah built an ark to the Lord, and taking some of all the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. Genesis chapter 9 verse 1 to 6. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall on all the beasts of the earth, and on all the birds in the sky, on every creature that moves along the ground, and on all the fish in the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves about will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything. But you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your lifeblood, I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting from every animal and from every human being too. I will demand an accounting for the life of another human being. Whoever sheds human blood, by humans shall their blood be shed, for in the image of God has God made mankind. Verse 9 to 11. I will establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you. Every living creature on earth, I will establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be destroyed by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth. Verse 20 to 21. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside the tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backward and covered their father's naked body. Their faces were turned the other way so that they would not see their father naked. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves, will he be to his brothers." But he also said, "Praise be the God, the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem." I'll also read Genesis chapter 9, verse 12 to 17. And it goes like this. And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth." So God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on the earth." Yeah, so I'll take you through the Bible symbols from the story of Noah. The raven represents peace and rest to come, and also God's provision. Number 2, the ark. The ark symbolizes a house and fortress for God's people as God floods the earth. Number 3, the mountain. The mountain symbolizes that God had not abandoned Noah, and the mountain represents hope that the floods will recede. Number 4, the number 40. It represents completeness or wholeness. Number 5, the rainbow. It represents God's promise not to flood the earth again. If you've learned something from Men of the Bible series, that is Noah, comment down below. And if you've been blessed by this video, you can also comment. And have a good day.